Success isn't a flash in the pan, it's the sum of countless, consistent efforts. We often see the dazzling end result, the award, the promotion, the groundbreaking discovery, and mistakenly attribute it to a stroke of genius or a sudden burst of activity. But behind every significant achievement lies a bedrock of daily discipline, repeated actions, and unwavering commitment. It's not about the occasional heroic sprint, but the steady, persistent marathon. The myth of overnight success. The media frequently perpetuates the myth of the overnight sensation. We hear stories of startups that seemingly exploded onto the scene, or artists who became household names in a blink. What these narratives often omit are the years of struggle, the countless hours of practice, the numerous rejections, and the quiet, consistent grind that preceded the public breakthrough. This distorted view can be demotivating, making genuine, sustained efforts seem less valuable or even unnecessary. It can lead individuals to seek shortcuts, to dabble in various ventures without truly committing, and to ultimately miss the profound power of consistency. Think of an athlete. A gold medal isn't won by an occasional intense training session. It's the result of waking up before dawn, running miles in all weather, repeating drills until muscle memory takes over, and adhering to a strict diet day in and day out for years. Similarly, a successful entrepreneur doesn't launch a thriving business with one brilliant idea and a single burst of effort. They spend countless hours researching, networking, refining their product, troubleshooting problems, and adapting to challenges, all with a relentless consistency that often goes unseen. The power of small, repeated actions. The true magic of consistency lies in the compounding effect of small, seemingly insignificant actions. Individually, these actions might not seem to move the needle much, but when repeated over time, their impact becomes exponential. Consider saving money. Putting away a small amount each week might not feel like much, but over decades, with the power of compound interest, that modest sum can grow into a substantial nest egg. The same principle applies to skill development, knowledge acquisition, and personal growth. Learning a new language isn't achieved by studying for 12 hours straight once a month. It's about dedicating 30 minutes every day to vocabulary, grammar, and conversation practice. Each small session builds upon the last, reinforcing what's learned and paving the way for deeper understanding. Writing a book isn't about one monumental burst of inspiration. It's about showing up at the keyboard every day, even when the words don't flow easily, and chipping away at the manuscript, sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph. These consistent efforts, though seemingly minor in isolation, accumulate into significant progress. Furthermore, consistency builds momentum. When you consistently engage in an activity, you establish a rhythm. This rhythm makes it easier to continue as the effort required to start each time diminishes. It reduces decision fatigue and allows you to channel your energy into the task itself rather than debating whether or not to begin. This momentum creates a virtuous cycle. The more consistently you act, the easier it becomes, and the more progress you make, which in turn fuels further consistent action. Building habits, the foundation of consistency. At the heart of consistency lies the formation of habits. Habits are automatic behaviors triggered by specific cues requiring little conscious thought or willpower. When positive actions become ingrained habits, they're no longer dependent on motivation or fleeting inspiration. They become part of your routine, as natural as brushing your teeth or getting dressed in the morning. To cultivate consistency, focus on building strong, positive habits. Start small and make them easy to implement. If your goal is to exercise more, don't aim for an hour at the gym every day initially. Instead, commit to 15 minutes of walking around your block. Once that becomes a consistent habit, you can gradually increase the duration or intensity. The key is to make the initial steps so simple that resistance is minimal. Triggers and rewards. Effective habit formation often involves identifying triggers and establishing rewards. A trigger is a cue that prompts the habit. Example, waking up, finishing work. A reward is something pleasant that follows the completion of the habit, reinforcing the behavior and making you more likely to repeat it. For example, if your habit is to read for 20 minutes before bed, your trigger might be getting into bed, and your reward could be a sense of relaxation or the enjoyment of a good story. Tracking progress. Monitoring your consistency can be a powerful motivator. Whether it's a simple tick mark on a calendar, a habit tracking app, or a journal entry, visually seeing your streak of consistent effort can provide a sense of accomplishment and encourage you to keep going. Breaking the chain can feel disappointing, which in turn can be a strong incentive to maintain your consistency. Overcoming obstacles to consistency. While the concept of consistency is straightforward, putting it into practice can be challenging. Life throws curveballs, motivation wanes, and distractions abound. Here are some common obstacles and strategies to overcome them. Lack of motivation. Motivation is fleeting. Don't rely on it. Instead, rely on discipline and the systems you've put in place. Remind yourself of your long-term goals and the compounding benefits of consistent action. Sometimes, simply starting, even without motivation, can generate the momentum needed to continue. Perfectionism. The pursuit of perfection can be the enemy of consistency. Don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect conditions. It's better to take imperfect action consistently than to wait indefinitely for an ideal scenario that may never arrive. Good enough, done consistently, is far more effective than perfect, done occasionally. Burnout. While consistency is crucial, it's also important to avoid burnout. Sustainable consistency incorporates rest and recovery. Pushing yourself too hard without breaks can lead to exhaustion and a complete abandonment of your efforts. Schedule downtime, take breaks, and listen to your body. Consistency isn't about never stopping, it's about returning to the task after a break. Distractions. In our hyper-connected world, distractions are everywhere. Minimize them by creating a conducive environment. Turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and find a quiet space where you can focus on your consistent actions. Time blocking and setting specific work periods can also help in managing distractions. Setbacks. Everyone experiences setbacks. You might miss a day or even a week of your consistent efforts. The key is not to let one slip-up derail your entire progress. Don't fall into the all-or-nothing trap. Acknowledge the setback, learn from it, and get back on track as soon as possible. Consistency isn't about being perfect, it's about resilience and persistence in the face of imperfection. Consistency in different spheres of life. The principle of consistency applies across all aspects of life, not just career or personal development. Relationships. Strong relationships are built on consistent effort, consistent communication, consistent acts of kindness, consistent empathy, and consistent presence. Neglecting a relationship, even for short periods, can erode the foundation of trust and connection. Health. Maintaining good health requires consistent habits, consistent healthy eating, consistent physical activity, and consistent quality sleep. Occasional efforts to get healthy rarely yield lasting results. Financial well-being. As mentioned, financial success is largely a product of consistent saving, consistent budgeting, and consistent responsible spending. Learning. True mastery of any subject comes from consistent study, consistent practice, and consistent engagement with the material. The long game. Ultimately, success is a long game, not a short sprint. It's about understanding that significant achievements are rarely the result of a single monumental effort. Instead, they are the inevitable outcome of small, consistent steps taken day after day, week after week, year after year. Embrace the mundane. Celebrate the small wins. Trust the process. The power of consistency lies in its quiet, relentless accumulation. It's the secret ingredient that transforms aspirations into achievements, dreams into realities, and potential into palpable success. Stop chasing the extraordinary occasional effort and instead commit to the powerful, life-changing rhythm of consistent action. That's where true success resides.